So what I want to do in this video is log into all of the RuneScape accounts that I still have access to in the order that I created them. On RS3, I think there's going to be about 3 accounts that I can remember and have access to, I hope. And on old school RuneScape, I think there's 2 actually only that I kind of have like some history with. But anyway, yeah, you can probably already tell from the title of the video. What I'm going to do is log into the accounts and talk about kind of my memory of them as well as my history with the account and just kind of what I was doing, I guess, at the time of the account's creation. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is kind of hopefully a somewhat interesting idea. I think it's always kind of cool when people log into like super old accounts on RuneScape and are able to like look at old stuff that they did when they were a kid. So this idea kind of came from a video that I did kind of recently. I'll put a link for it in the description as well as on the screen right now. And it's just a video where I was finally able to remember the login information for my first ever RuneScape account. I logged into it and just kind of saw how old the account was and everything. So that's actually going to be the first account that I logged into today. And I'll just talk about some brief history with the account. And also, before I get into the video, I want to talk about, I guess, the time frame that I've played RuneScape. So I started playing RuneScape in early 2006 and I played it pretty consistently until like 2010, 2011. I then took, I guess it would have been a year or 2 off until old school RuneScape was announced. I then came back and played that for a little bit, took a break and kind of came back, and I feel like that's kind of what a lot of people do. So I guess overall, I mean, I've been playing consistently, relatively consistently since 2006, just taking breaks here and there. And yeah, I guess that's kind of the timeline of me playing RuneScape. I feel like that's a super common one. That's kind of the background timeline of my history with RuneScape. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to log into the accounts that I can remember, starting with RuneScape 3, or just, you know, the original RuneScape, and then I'll switch over to old school RuneScape, which obviously will be a lot more recent. Okay, so this is, actually, let me just turn the sound down here. I know you guys can't hear it, but I can. I'm just going to mute it all. Anyway, yeah, so this is the original account. This is actually, let me just step outside here so you can actually see the 15-year veteran cape. Pretty cool. I'm just in Draenor Village here. I was just, the reason I'm here is because I was trying to get a cool photo of this veteran cape and I thought that the aesthetic of it here looks cool. So yeah. Anyway, I'll show the stats on the account, which are really minimal, just 222 total level and just 35 combat. I remember really well when I created this account, or at least the first thing that I did when I created accounts back when I was a kid was obviously, since you started in Lumbridge, I would just come over here quickly. I'll go to the location now. Just over in Lumbridge, and I would just kill goblins. Like, just, wow, it's really different from what I remember. But anyway, where is it over here? I feel like everything has changed a lot. It was just like over in there. There used to be goblins. Maybe there still is. I'm gonna go check and see right now. Well, this is kind of cool actually. It makes you feel like you're, I guess, in like a more populated civilization. When the time comes, if it ever does for me to play this game, I'm gonna have to essentially relearn it completely. And yeah, I don't know. The goblins don't seem to be here. They were like just behind this. They were like right in here, like right here. So I guess they've changed it like a lot, obviously, because there used to be a bunch of goblins in here that I would just train on for a while. That maybe they're still over there. But anyway, yeah, that's really what I remember. And I remember also not knowing that you had a bank. Like, I would just have to, like, all the stuff that I had, I just kept in the inventory here. So I was like, for the first like month or 2 of playing RuneScape, I was playing like an Ultimate Iron Man. Oh, that guy actually has a 15-year veteran cape as well. Maybe it's more common in this game than I thought. I'm gonna kind of walk around here. I still find, like, visually looking at this game, RS3 is just visually, it's such a nice game. Like, I honestly do think that I'm going to play it. I think I'm just enjoying old school so much. I think that the time will come for me to play this game. It looks so nice, and I think that it's worth giving a chance. And as of now, as of the recording of this video, there are actually quite a few content creators that are doing that are playing RS3. Wow, it's just, I don't know, honestly, it looks great. The game is beautiful looking. I'm just gonna walk around here, I guess, and just kind of take it in. But yeah, like, getting back to what I was saying, I was playing the game, playing as an Ultimate Iron Man without even realizing it, you know, and I also didn't understand that you could trade either, so like, I really was playing as an Ultimate Iron Man. This account I probably played on I don't know how long, probably a few weeks, and then I just got over the name. Obviously, this name here is not the original name of the account. It's far longer and has way more numbers. That's why it took me so long to remember the exact number combination that I had set as a kid. And then after about a week, if I remember this correctly, I mean, this was 15 years ago, obviously more than 15 years ago. After a few weeks of playing on this account, I got bored of the name, so I decided to make a new account, and I'm gonna log into that account right now, and I'll show you that one and talk about that one, because that one actually has a little bit more history to it. Okay, assuming I typed everything in right. Okay, good, I did. So this is the account that I created. Well, it's actually combat level 62. That's actually not terrible. And these are the stats on this account. I played this account, I don't know how old I was, to be honest. I made this account, I guess it would have been probably like February of 2000. 2006. Actually, I can just walk over and check the exact date that I created the account. And this one I played on a lot more, obviously. You can just tell by the stats. It never became a member, I don't think. Oh no, it did become a member. Okay, I thought it never became a member. But fair enough, I guess it did become a member. Don't remember that at all. I'm also, where are the settings here? I literally know nothing about this game. I need to turn the sound off because it's super loud for me. But yeah, I think like many people back when they first started playing RuneScape, like I said, I honestly didn't think I took it to a members, but apparently I did. I guess near the end of playing on this account, maybe I had just made it a members. Like many people back then, I just stuck in the free-to-play world. I thought the members world was really cool, and it was always this thing that I wanted, but just didn't have, at least not right away anyway. So I'm just gonna find, where is he? Han? I literally don't, I think it's Han. I feel like Han just makes more sense, but I'm gonna try to find him here and see the exact day that I created the account. But yeah, I guess ultimately, like, there's not necessarily a lot of detailed history that I have to say about this account. I just played on it a lot longer. I started to finally understand a little bit more about RuneScape. Like, I actually understood how to use range and magic, as well as obviously other things like wood cutting and fishing and mining, where the other accounts were just cool. Is that like the emoji that I can do with that 15-year cape? That's pretty cool. I did not know that. But yeah, obviously, like, I started to learn a little bit more about like how to actually play RuneScape, so the account is obviously a little bit better. And I don't know exactly how long like I was committed to the account for. It was probably a few months before I kind of made another account. I switched accounts a lot. I always would get bored of the name and then make a new account. Obviously, that's not an issue nowadays. There he is right there. That's obviously not an issue nowadays, but back then, for me anyway, it was. And my friends kind of did it too. Like, we just made new accounts so often. Let's take a look here and see how old I am. Spent 10 days, 21 hours, 31 minutes. Quickly going to, on my other account, since I didn't show it, I do still have the information. Okay, so I have it on my phone here, and I'll show it on the screen as well, because on my other account, I didn't show it, but it was 5,536 days played. So the account was created Sunday, January 29th, 2006. Now I'm quickly going to do it on my phone here as well, and I'll put it on the screen. 5,447 days ago was Friday, April 28th, 2006. So I guess I played on my first account for a few months, and then I switched over to this account probably, and there might have been more in between. Like, honestly, there probably was a few more in between. This was just one that I stuck with and remembered. I don't know, man, it's just so crazy to think, like, April 2006, that was like just about 15 years ago now. So this account's gonna be able to get its 15-year skill cape in, like, not really a skill cape, it's 15-year-old cape in like a month, basically. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, I'm done with this account. I'll log into the final one that I remember from the original RuneScape. Like, in my head, I can actually remember a few more, but I'm just not 100% sure. I'm just trying to stick to like the 3 kind of main ones that I played when I was a kid. The 2 that I'm showing you now are obviously the 2 that I just remember and still have access to. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the last one for RS3, and then we're gonna head over to old school RuneScape. And this account here, with the incredibly creative name of Exumo, I don't know. Let me just mute it. It's loud for me again. This was an account that I logged into like a year ago just to kind of see RS3, and I didn't play or anything. I just logged in and I had to set a screen name, and then I just kind of walked around a little bit. This was like my main account that I remember from like the actual like classic 2007 RuneScape. Really not that good stats, to be honest. I thought they were good, but they're not that great. I feel like I could earn those now on an old school RuneScape account in honestly a few weeks, probably even less. But yeah, this account was a member. 30 agility there. I didn't even know what to do. Herblore. 53 fletching, and I also never did Slayer. I don't know why. Runecrafting is pretty low, and farming, I probably just didn't even know what to do. At 75 woodcutting is not terrible, actually. Cut magic logs with that. At least in old school RuneScape you can. But yeah, this was kind of like my main, let me check here. This was like my main classic RuneScape account. I know it's not classic. Back in like 2007, I think this was actually the account that I played during that golden era in 2007. I'm gonna check here to see the exact day. Yeah, I've spent 12 days, 2 hours, 13 minutes, and let me go to Google here. 5,105 days ago. So this account was created Thursday, April 5th, 2007. And this was the account that I played on the most, so I guess this would have been the summer of 2007 for me. So isn't that also like the saved file of RuneScape 2007 that they found from like August of 2007? So yeah, this would have been an account that I played like right at that kind of 07 era. And honestly, my memories of this account are just playing it over the summer a lot with friends. And you know, those stats really aren't that good. For me at the time, they felt great. I was really happy with them. Like back then, nobody playing really knew the best methods of training. It was just kind of like do whatever you wanted to do. There was really no, nobody really knew, I guess, what they were doing, but it was kind of fun. And there would be times where I would just log in, and I'm just gonna walk over here just to kind of explore it. It's always visually so nice for me to kind of see the new things here. We would just log in, my friends and I, and we wouldn't do anything. Like we would just kind of, you know, I don't know, just like talk, do random things, just explore areas. Wow, this is visually amazing. Is that the Wizard's Tower? Oh my god. Is it? maybe it's not, actually. I could be wrong. Well, no, it is, because there's water there. That is crazy. Wow. I'm going to walk over there quickly to see it before I log off RuneScape 3 and then head over to old school. But anyway, yeah, I think a lot of people back then played like that. Like, there was no productivity in it whatsoever. It was just kind of like random whatever felt right. I mean, overall, like, those combat stats aren't bad. Level 76 isn't terrible, I guess, for, you know, a kid who really doesn't know what he's doing with RuneScape, like myself back then. But wow, this is incredible, actually. I gotta say, RS3 really, wow, it looks nice. It's just so different compared to playing old school. It's such a different vibe just in terms of the graphics. The whole game honestly just feels different. It feels different, I guess, but at the same time it feels similar. Like, there's something similar about it, but it's like a weird deja vu, I guess, that it gives you. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, whoa, the run energy restores so quick. That's like awesome. Anyway, I think one day I will come back and play this game. I don't know when, to be honest. Okay, so I think that's gonna do it for this. These are the 3 accounts that I remember from RS3, or just, you know, original RuneScape, I'll call it. I wanted to talk a little bit more about like my history and my memories with these specific accounts, but overall, I was a kid. I don't know, I feel like I just was doing my thing, just enjoying coming home from school and playing RuneScape. I also remember on all 3 of these accounts setting my alarm to get up at 5 in the morning so I could go downstairs and play RuneScape for like 2 hours before school and play as late as my parents would let me stay up. Like, those are the memories I have, and I think a lot of people have those as well. So it's always kind of cool to come back to these accounts and kind of see what you did back then, I guess. All right, anyway, let's head over to old school RuneScape and I can show you the 2 accounts that I played last summer when I kind of got back into playing RuneScape. I know you're seeing a black screen, by the way, right now. I just recorded myself on old school RuneScape, but for some reason, well, not for some reason, it's my fault. I didn't turn the audio on, so there's no audio, so I have to redo that. Okay, so like I just said, I just recorded this, but I didn't record the audio, so I have to re-record it, so that's why I was logged in 7 minutes ago. Anyway, so this is the account that I created last year. I don't know exactly when. I think it was April or May, and I played it until about the midsummer last year, and then I created a new account because I was actually going to start doing YouTube last summer. It just never happened, and I created a new account so I could make a progression series on that YouTube channel. It just never happened. I just never came around to editing the videos and doing any of it, so it never happened, just because I was also busy with college and everything, and it was my final, or it's actually university, and it was my final semester, was fall 2020, so there was a lot of stuff I had to get ready for. I just didn't have time. Anyway, that's off topic, but that's why I kind of stopped playing RuneScape also for a few months. Okay, so I think the main thing I want to get at, this account obviously isn't a member anymore. It was a member recently, actually, because I used this account to make background money on my account that I'm playing now. I guess my new main account that I'm playing now. I used it to make some money in the background recently, actually, like only a few weeks ago, so that's why it's not a member now, but it was actually kind of recently. I think the main thing that I liked about this account was it was my first ever 99. Like, when I made this account, I had never gotten a 99 in RuneScape before, ever. So I thought, you know what, I just want to grind out fletching because I thought it was going to be a pretty easy one, and turns out it actually wasn't that easy. It was like 12 days, I think, roughly, of like 10 hours a day just sitting at a screen clicking. Yeah, just that was it basically. I did bows. I would make bows, and then I would also string the bows. So yeah, that's all I did for like 12 days for like 10 hours a day, and I got the 99. It was my first one, so it kind of means something. I guess it's kind of cool. And you can also see, I mean, the stats aren't great. I've never actually, like, if I'm being fully honest, I've never actually really gotten ahead of mid-game RuneScape. I'll also show you the quest points and everything here. I mean, you know, I think if you looked at this account, you would still say it's like a very newbie account, but at least it's like in the process of potentially not becoming a newbie account. I feel like I've never really gotten past the mid-game bump, I'll call it, for myself. But I'm really excited to do it now. Like, in the series that I'm creating now, that's my goal, is to get to the late game content and actually do like bosses and stuff and have fun doing that, because I've never actually done that, so I'm really excited to be able to do that. But anyway, yeah, you can see the stats here. They're okay. I feel like, considering I got them in about 2 months, I want to say, I'm pretty happy with it. I know that there's people out there who could get, you know, stats way faster and more efficiently, but this was my first time kind of actually comprehending RuneScape and actually learning, you know, how to play properly and stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much this account. Nothing, you know, nothing super special about it, other than it was my first ever 99. So yeah, it's kind of always cool to have that first 99. So this is the most recent account that I created on old school RuneScape, aside from the one I'm playing on now. I made this account, I think it was like the middle of last summer, and I played it until the fall. Yes, yeah, probably into like September, October, and then school just got too busy. It was my final semester at university. School just got too busy, so I stopped playing. I also had intended on making a YouTube series with this account, but like I said, I was just too busy, so I never really got around to it. The stats are really similar to the previous account. Like I said, I'm really good at getting to mid-game RuneScape, but I'm really excited to, on the account that I'm playing on now, which if you want to watch the progression of that account, I'll put a link for it in the description. Yeah, my goal on that account is obviously obviously to, you know, get to the end game content and to do bosses and stuff, and just actually make the account good and learn how to do a lot more than I already know how to do in RuneScape, because I feel like I understand it up until the mid game, and then once it starts getting kind of later game, I haven't really done a lot of it, so I'm excited to actually get a chance to do that. So yeah, I couldn't really kind of start making YouTube back then. I was just too busy, and I just kind of, you know, obviously now I have a lot more free time, so I decided that I wanted to get back. I don't know why I always randomly click on players and just see their names and levels and stuff. It's just something I always do. So anyway, yeah, I just never really got around to making the videos, and now I've just kind of started over, and I'm actually successfully making videos, and I'm actually having a lot of fun doing it. I enjoy playing more while I can make videos. Like, for some reason, it gives me more of a purpose to play the game. I enjoy it so much more when I can make videos or make content on what I'm playing. I just have a lot more fun doing that. So anyway, yeah, this is the two that I've showed you are the two kind of accounts that I've had somewhat success on with old school RuneScape. Yeah, now if you, like I said, if you want to watch my new account progression, there's a series that I'm doing on my channel. Link for the playlist will be in the description. And anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. I hope I covered everything successfully. This account's level 76, by the way. I probably should have showed the account level for the other account. Actually, what I can do is I'll show you on the RuneLite client here. I think it's like 80 something, 82. That's the account, the level of the other account that I had. I don't know if I showed it, so that's why I wanted to show it. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. So if you guys enjoy RuneScape content, please feel free to check out my channel and maybe subscribe. The stuff that I'm mainly doing now is just an old school RuneScape progression series, as well as just other videos. When I get kind of random ideas, I'll do them. And yeah, it's pretty chill, you know, nothing crazy. I'm not by any means an incredible RuneScape player. I just play to have fun, and yeah, we'll see where things go. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.